Hello and welcome. Happy Wednesday. And as promised, I did say I was going to go live and I'm going to do a catalogue walkthrough. Now, this is not the new annual catalogue. This is the last chance list that is coming up. And the dates in the graphic say that the last chance is from the 9th of April to the 30th of April, and the new annual catalogue will go live on the 1st of May. So I just wanted to give you a preview so that you can decide what sort of things you want on your shopping list, or what you want to look out for in bargains, because once the sale goes live, things will sell out very, very quickly. So I want to just walk through for you. So let me just get you down onto the table here. Let me get that one up and get that there and there. There we go. So this is the new catalogue. Hi, Maxine. This is the new catalogue, and like I said, it's top secret. I can't show you the inside until it physically goes live. So this is what's coming. But hi, Shaz. In order for this one to come in, I need to go through with you and say the other two catalogues. So we have the annual catalogue and we have the mini. Both of these are going to end on the 30th of April. Now I'm going to take my screen off here, my photo off here, because then that'll just get out of the way. You know who I am, you know my face. We're just working through the catalogue. So the mini catalogue will be quicker because it's smaller, but I'm going to go through the annual catalogue first. So this is what the list looks like, and it's so tiny. I have highlighted everything with 50 or 60% discounts, so there's quite a lot of it. Okay, we've got a lot in there and more on the back here. So I've got a good way to be able to share these with you, but for now I'm walking through these just to find the first page of catalogue items. Now, if I have that like so, you should be able to see the whole of that catalogue. You are going to have that shadow in the corner. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that at the moment, but I will point them out as I go through. So you can, with the beauty of it doing this way, I've done it before and it's gone down really, really well, that you can, on playback, you can go back and watch it again, all right up until the 9th when it goes live, and you can home in on the pages and pause it and see which ones you like. And the beauty is, if you've got a list, you haven't got a clue what the stamps are, just from that list, the names don't mean anything. To some people, obviously demos it does. So you can actually see what it is. Oh yeah, I really like that. Oh no, I'm not interested, not interested. Oh yeah, I love that. Okay, so here we go. So the first one we have on here, the collections. The collections like here, where they've grouped everything together. You've got a bundle price for the stamps and dies, but you have these extra accessories in there. The collections will all retire. They won't be available after that anyway. But sometimes you will find me point out the fact that, like here, the stamp set is retiring and there's 40% off the stamps, and then the bundle's retiring. The dies, I've not put anything on here, so I don't know whether that's because the dies weren't mentioned. Okay, if they're not mentioned, I'm not marking it. Okay, we can find that out later. Okay, so that's the first one, 40% off the stamps. The bundle won't be there any longer. Now, some of the products might end up in our online exclusives, because we've had that happen before, but we don't know the details of those yet. So the carousel horses, the bundle will go, and there's 10% off the stamps. The circle sayings, the bundle is retiring. The stamps have got 50% off. So this lovely stamp set, 50% off, £11.50. I've put asterisks here. The circle punch is staying. Okay, that will carry over. This one, this Charming Sentiments, is retiring. 50% off that. All those lovely greetings, £11. Lazy Days, the bundle will go, and there's 30% off the stamps. Again, I've not marked the dies because I'm not sure on those at the moment. The cherries are retiring, 50% off that stamp set, just £8.50 for those lovely stamps. There is a punch that goes with this. We'll get to the punch later if that's retiring or not. This is the seasonal branches. Again, the stamps are, the bundle will go, 50% off the stamps, £12 for those stamps. The Dainty Delight, 50% off, £12. This one's not mentioned, so that might be staying. Handmade Hugs, is the stamp set is retiring, 50% off, £9. Okay, I do apologise about this shadow. Nature's Prints, 20% off, £19.20 for the stamps. Lighting the Way, 60% off, £8.80 for those stamps. Lovely bumblebees in there. Colour and contour. I love this one. There's some dies that can correspond as well there at the back. But these stamps here, a really nice set. 40% off that. £12 for the stamps. Hi Gillian. Hi Helen. Sending Smiles. This one's retiring. No discount because it's a really popular one. The amounts that they reduce, I think, has something to do with the volume that they've got, in the number they've got in the warehouse. If they've got a lot of something, that can influence. Obviously, they've got a lot to get rid of, they'll reduce it less. If they've got no discount, it's a popular, and that will, you know, they're presuming that will be sold anyway. Pansy Patch, 60% off those stamps at £9.60 for the pansy stamps. Super Cool, 50% off that stamp set, £9.50. The So Refreshing bundle will go. The dies must be go. I'm sure they will go. The 30% off the stamp set is £16.10. Didn't mention it on the list because I went through methodically with a ruler and kept a good eye on what was happening. The Les Shops collection, the collection will break. That will go. The bundle's going. The stamps will have 20% off. And that, I might have missed some at the top here. I can't go back on all of them, but look out on the top because these papers are 40% off at £7.05. Oh, down there. And they can coordinate with that set. Okay, so 20% off stamps and 40% off the papers. So I've got to keep shifting this up a little bit. I'll keep an eye on the top. Sweet Citrus, 60% off those stamps, £8.80. Good Feelings, lovely big stamps here, retiring 60% off, so £9.20. Okay, I love this greeting. This is really nice, and the thank you's a lovely font as well. Two Tone Flora. Several of us, I've got some of my friends. I know we love this set. 30% off, £15.40. And no mention of that one. Petal Park. £22 has gone down 20% to £17.60. This is the one that has the punch that coordinates with it. There isn't a picture on this page, but there is the trio. That little grouping is a punch. Very Best Occasions, 60% off that stamp set at the top here, £9.60. And Cottage Wreaths, lovely set here, 60% off that, £7.20. Hi Linda. Season of Chic. This has got dies that go with it as well. 50% off the stamps at just £13. This set is carrying forward. Wonderful Thoughts is moving into the next catalogue. We know that. I've got 3 asterisks there. The bundle will stop, so obviously you save 10% being a bundle. If you get it as a collection, there is no discount because it's carrying forward, but it will no longer be a discount at 10%. So if you're looking at that set, get it now while there's 10% off. Regal Reindeers, 20% off, £18.40. Love Petal Park, yes, I love it as well. It's beautiful. It's been quite popular. Brightest Glow, 60% off. That's these ones here, Seasonal Greetings. 60% off, £9.60. Perched in a Tree, 50% off, £11. So that's a nice, that does a nice robin for Christmas and sitting on the branch. Ringed with Nature. There's some Christmas greetings in here as well, and there's some poinsettia, so that's a good Christmas set. 50% off, £11. Celebrate with Tags, 50% off at £11 for all of those stamps. So the Zoo Crew collection will go. The papers up here have got 30% off. That'll be £8.22. The ribbons, 20% off at £7.60. And the stamps will go, and the bundle will cease. This one here is carrying forward. I've written those in turquoise. Hey Chuck is retiring. The bundle will no longer be a bundle. Easter Bunny over here. We have 60% off those, £7.20. Lovely Easter set. Happy Labels, 60% off at £9.20. This set, the Silly Goose, is 60% off at £9.60. And Taco Fiesta's retiring. This one's retiring. Little Monkey has got 50% off. So that'll be £10 for that Little Monkey set. Biggest Wish is retiring. Kiwi is retiring. This one's got 50% off. Share a milkshake, 50% off, £9. Fraser's for All, 50% off at £10. There's some good thank you, happy birthday, congrats with all my heart. Some good all-round greetings in there. You can see them up here. 50% off at £10. Friendship Royalty, these crowns, that's retiring, no discount. Little Dreamers, 10% off at £20.70, and the bundle will no longer exist. Hello Ladybug, this stamp set 60% off at £6.80. Happy Hedgehogs, at 40% off at £10.20, and Sweet Songbirds, 60% off at £7.20. All of these three currently have a punch. Okay. Playing in the Rain, I'm really pleased with this. This is a cute one. I haven't used it loads, but this one is carrying forward, so that's good. Everyday Thanks, 50% off at £11. By My Side is retiring. This one down here. Countryside Sweet Collection. The collection will go. The stamps are 20% off. The bundle will cease, but the dies, these lovely shapes that go with these shapes in here, they are carrying forward. Okay, and the DSP is also carrying forward. I've put CF in there and turquoise. They are carrying forward, and the embossing folder's got 20% off in the sale, £6.40. So just reminding you partway through that this is, the sale will start the 9th of April, 9th to the 30th. So on page 64 we're up to now. Lasting Joy is 60% off, £7.60. The Textured Floral down here, this one is carrying forward and the dies are carrying forward, just that the bundle stops. So moving in the new catalogue, you will not save the 10%. There'll be other products with a 10% as a bundle. Okay, so it's cheaper if you want that, cheaper to get it now with the 10% bundle. Quiet Meadow, I love this one, 60% down to £8. Such great value, lovely stamp set. And dottage, we like dottage. This one, Timeless Arrangements, is retiring, bundle retiring, no discounts. Darling Details is 30% off the stamps and the bundle will retire. Just My Type is 40% off. You've seen me use this one a few times. Got the little rainbows in there. It's just a lovely set. 40% off at £13.80. Earth and Elegance, the collection is retiring. The papers up here have got 40% off at £7.05. And the bundle, the stamps and the bundle will retire. Oops. This is the twine. In this one, that's the twine here, the ropey twine. That's retiring £6.75. Okay, so down over here, I'm just thinking if I bring you out just a fraction, you might see the top and bottom together if I'm lucky. Courage and Faith is carrying over. That's my friend Natalie Travis. That was her £1 Million Achiever stamp set that she worked with, so that's carrying forward, so I'm pleased for her. Hope and Prayer, 50% off at £9. And Places in My Heart, this one, 30% off at £14.70. Next one, Time Together, that is all retiring. This one, Country Bouquet, is retiring, 60% off this stamp set, £8.80. Okay. Everlasting Beauty, the top one here is 50% off, £12.50. This one is carrying forward. It's in turquoise, CF is carry forward. Let's Go Fishing, the collection is retiring, but the stamps and the dies are actually going forward. So this is the same, that the bundle won't be a bundle, so if you want it, you get it now and you can save you 10%. Okay, the papers will be 40% off, £7.05. And which was this? Must be the embossing folder in the background. It's 40% off, is £5.70. Supremely Awesome, this is a cooking one, pizzas, Italian, etc. 60% off at £10. It's a Science, 50% off at £11. The Construction Zone here, 50% off at £11. Next destination, 60% off at £9.20. Then Sweet and Precious is retiring. He's All That, that's retiring. Oceanfront, 30% off at £14.70. This has been a popular one in its day. You can see the yellow ones are the ones I've got. Grassy Grove is carrying forward, as are the dies. There's a die set that goes with it. Both of those are carrying forward. Now, somebody was saying that there's nothing in here for Christmas. I'm going to create a list and share with you that there is so much Christmas in the new catalogue. But say like this one, this makes lovely Christmas trees, really nice. And I've used this one as a silhouette background, just in the background, and have a sunset or something beautiful. Wild and Sweet is retiring, and we're on page 86 now. If you're keeping up, the collection will go. The papers at the top here will go $11.75 down, 40% off to $7.05. And this holographic paper, that's going down 10% to £8.55. Stamp sets retiring 50% at £12, and the bundle obviously will go. The Legendary Ride, if you've got bikers in the family, that is carrying forward. The On the Ocean down here, 50% off at £11. There was a message there, I can't see what came up. That's fine. Beside Me, this lovely one here with the men and the boys, that's carrying forward. This one is Fun on Wheels, retiring bundle, and the stamps retiring. This one here, I'm really pleased to say, is carrying forward. The Crafting with You, I've got this bundle. Obviously, the same rules. It's a bundle, so the 10% will go, the bundle will retire. You will be able to buy them individually. So if this is on your wish list, then buy it before the 30th of April and save your 10%. Here we've got Enjoy the Rhythm stamp set, 60% off at £8. And the Brood for You is retiring. And the Level Complete, the gaming set, that's retiring. Inked Botanicals, the collection will go. The papers up the top here will have 40% off at £7.05. The ribbon, love this ribbon. In fact, I think I've got it here. I think it's this one. Yeah, it is this one. And that will be £7.50. I've put retiring on there because it's a line through. Inked and Tiled, the bundle is retiring. The stamps are going, 30% off the stamps at £18.20. Absolutely, Marilyn. This is the beauty of me doing it on video live, because the video will be there and you can watch it back. But it helps you rather than look at that tiny print that I showed at the beginning. And I just a caveat that I have marked them correctly, but I went religiously with the ruler. So apologies if there's any errors on there, but I shouldn't think there is. In the moment, this has been a lovely set, beautiful. 60% off, they're £9.20. Great one for watercolouring and paper piecing, which I showed you on this card on Sunday. This bag here was paper pieced. It was stamped and cut out. These ones work nicely for the clothes. This dress looks lovely paper pieced. Stamp it onto the pattern paper and cut it out. Just come around the edge of her hair and round the outside and stick it on top of your stamped image. And same with her here. This one's a bit more confusing. But yeah, this was a good one to show you. So the layering leaves, again, I'm pleased that that's carrying forward. The bow punch that goes with it, with these images, the bow punch is carrying forward as well, I remember. Go to Greetings, that's retiring, but no discount at the moment. Bottled Happiness, sadly retiring, 40% off the stamps, £13.20. There is a punch that goes with that. Bold Bouquet, 50% off those stamps, £9.50, and the bundle will go. Wildlife Wonder, 60% off the bears. Look at the wildlife up there. Scenic Wonders, 60% off this one as well, £10. Seaside Bay, retiring, 60% off at £10. The Masterfully Made is a collection, so the collection will disappear, but we have papers up here, 40% off at £7.05. These are lovely and brightly coloured. The sequins are carrying forward. This one, Gorgeously Made, is 40% off the stamps at £13.80. So these are big savings on here. And of course the bundle will go. Vertical Blooms, 60% off at £7.20. Days to Remember, we're now on page 104. So Days to Remember is 30% off at £11.20, just down the bottom there. And the Coffee with Friends is carrying forward. I'm pleased with that as well. That's not highlighted, but I'm sure I've got that one. Sure I have. That should be highlighted. Marvellous Nature, 40% off at £15. Botanical Layers, 60% off at £8.80. Your Path Awaits, 50% off at £11.50. Love for You, 60% off at £7.60. There are dies that go with that as well. This one, Sea Turtle, is carrying forward. This is one of the reversible stamps, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, reversible, ink either side. So you can have a solid image stamped off and then you can put the detail on top of it. Enchanted Butterfly, retiring but no discounts showing. Fresh as a Daisy collection is going, sadly. The papers are 40% off at £7.05. The dots, the embellishments are 30% off at £5.25. The bundle, the stamps and the dies are carrying forward. There's 3 asterisks on that on the list, and it's carrying forward. But the bundle you won't save your 10%. So again, if you want it, get it before the 30th of April and save 10%. Getting there. Beauty of the Deep. This one is carrying forward again. The stamps and the dies carrying forward. Same scenario. Bundle will go, and you'll lose your 10%. So get it before the 30th of April if that's on your list. Waves of Inspiration down here is retiring, 60% off those stamps at £8.80, and there are dies later on with that one as well. Artistically Inked, 10% off at £20.70. Prized Plant, retiring at 50%, £9.50. Softly Sketched, retiring at £50 at £11.50. Around the Bend, retiring, the stamps are 60% off at £9.60. Very, very sad to see this one go. This is Alpha Best and the little label punch. It is retiring. There's no discounts marked on that one. Sad to see that go. Stamped with Love in the post box here, that's all carrying forward. It's in turquoise. Then we're on to background stamps. So the Sketched Plaid is carrying forward. The Berry Harvest is retiring. In the Stars is retiring. Rays of Light is retiring. Spiral Die has 50% off at £8.50. And Timeless Tiles 50% off at £8.50. Okay, and moving across the other backgrounds, Watercolour World is carrying forward. Snow Crystal, which is really gorgeous, love that. And you can see I've highlighted that, I've got that one, 40% at £12. Perfectly detailed background stamp, 60% off at £9.60. And that is the bulk of the stamps and most of them. I am going to carry on through. Some of these inks in here, the ink colours, have got 20% off the ink pads, 30% off the re-inkers and 40% off the blends. So if you're interested in those ones going, we've got 5 new ones coming in. That's on there. That changes combinations in the core colours. They're going to have 30% off and 40% off the right markers. That's the ink pads, the bundles. They do the core colours, they bring that in as a bundle because it's, if people have got the other ones and they want the new colours that came in last year, they are now as part of cemented in our current range, so they knock the discounts off those. The colours are not disappearing. At the moment, if you have a £400 order, you're allowed a half price item. This collection here is £126 for all of the markers. That is a host item still, but there are changes in the rewards coming in, so we'll have to wait to see those roll out. Here we have the cellophane bags. I've got 20% off at £4.20. The treat bags here, 40% off at £5.70. And the treat boxes, envelope treat boxes, 40% off at £4.50. The vellum cardstock is retiring. Now, those of you who watch me regularly and know I love the alcohol inks with the vellum. The vellum is going. I have another couple of packs gone in my order today, and no doubt I'll get some more in April. over here. So many of these coloured speciality papers have got discounts on. So these ones, 2 of each colour. So these are the white centre specialty papers. That's number 2. That's these ones, the in colours, or some of the core colours. Sorry. There's the rose gold one at the top there. There's the shimmer papers. There's the more dazzle papers and the soft shimmers, 12x12s. Lots of those on there, and they've nearly all got discounts. Well, all the ones retiring have got discounts on them. Okay, apart from more dazzle. So that's those. So the papers that one's the Bright and Beautiful is carrying over. I missed that one. We've got 3 carrying over, I think. The Bright and Beautiful, the Countryside, the blue papers here, the Countryside in, and in the mini catalogue, lavender paint. We'll come on to that in a sec, but the painted lavender and the designer series paper are carrying forward. I must mention this one at the bottom here, Delightfully Eclectic. This is a bumper pack. There are 48 sheets, 48. So this is the equivalent of 4 packs of any of the other ones, okay? And it's only £28. So it's a little bit over double one of these instead of 4 times. So there's 50% off that now to £14 for 48 sheets of paper. That is an absolute bargain, okay? So remember that's page 129. Delightfully Eclectic papers. Okay, that's one to shout for. Earth and Elegance, I have touched on these already. 40% off that one. Fresh as a Daisy, because the daisies are going, but the stamps and the dies are staying. So 40% off the paper at £7.05. The Brights here, 50% at £5. Ink Botanicals 6-inch at 40% off, £7.05. Let's Go Fishing 40% £7.05. The Shopping one 40% £7.05. Masterfully Made 40% £7.05. Stargazing 40% £7.05. The Zoo Crew with the animals 30% off at £8.22. And the In Colours up here 30% off one set and 50% off the other one. So 50% off the one that is 22 to 24, because they are going. These ones, some of the colours, obviously half of them still are still current. So there's different prices there. Some great deals, absolutely, Angela. So these, they do them in the colour families. So apart from the Brights, the Neutrals, the Regals and the Subtles have all got 40% off at £7.05. Oh, sorry, 40 and 40 on these two, the Regals and Bright and Neutrals. Subtles are 20% off at £9.40. The Gold Celebrations vellums are going. Those vellum basics are going 20% off, £7.60. The note cards and envelopes, these have been terrific value. So these are the Memories and More cards. They're coming down 40% to £4.80, and they correspond with the cards and envelopes here, the note cards and envelopes. They are 50% off at £5.12. Great value, really, really good value. Okay, the craft note cards, they are going. These are the ones with the box. I know I've done a class with those, and the masks, but some of those are going. So you've got 10% off those at £8.55. The vanilla envelopes are retiring. Over here, the note cards and envelopes that I absolutely love, the very vanilla is retiring. The white ones will be £2. Not everything's increasing, but these white ones will be £2 more. So in the new catalogue. So I like to share bargains. So if you want your stock up on your basic white note cards, then please get them before the end of April and the price increase. Okay. Then in here, the heat and stick powder is going. Some of the masks here are going. Nothing on that page. Some of the gems are going. Iridescent circles, these little ones here, I use these to fill the bottles. The coming on the next page, they're 10% off at £6.07. These are the brads, the square white and black brads, 10% off at £6.07. The loose silver sequins, 10% at £5.62. And these little stars, little tiny stars here, sunflowers, 40% off at £4.05. I've priced up some of the gems here as well. So the iridescent pastels at the top here, you can't see on this size, but page 140 we're at now. So where there's a line through, you can see them easily. So number 1, number 6, number 9, number 11 on this page are going, and they've got 30, 40% and 10% off those. These ones on 141, hopefully you can read all of that. You can see again from the lines which ones are going. The gilding flakes are going, that's a shame. And these domes, if you want bottle domes, I can see these selling out quickly. They might not even get to the sale price because they're going, and they go with that stamp set. And there's a punch. The ribbons, a lot of the ribbons, in fact everything on that page. Page 143, all the ribbons on there are disappearing, and they've all got discounts between 10, 20, 20, 20, 30, 10, 30, 40, 30, 10, 40, 40, 30. So they've all got good discounts on those. And then the page over leaf, some of these are going. All the in colour ones are for the 2022 to 24 set. Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian, Starry Sky and Orchid Oasis. They've all got 40% off those at £5.10. Golden Vanilla retiring. Silver Threaded Twine 40% off at £4.50. Elegant Trim. The gold and the silver, I love these. They're retiring, no discounts. And the Baker's Twine 60% off at £5.20 in these same colours up here. And I think I haven't, these on these ones I've marked, these are the dies or the punches. So we mentioned about the stamps. The Monkey Punch is 50% off at £10.50. So you can marry those two up and get a really good deal. This is the Inked and Tile Punch, that's 20% off. The Banners Picker Punch is going. If you like these for flagging your ends like I snip with the scissors, that's going to retire. So you need to get in quick. The punches, I said there's a lot with punches. So the Cherry Builder Punch was 50% off. That goes with the stamp set. The Songbird 50%, £10.50. And the Ladybug 50%, £10.50. And Hedgehog. So all of those. There's various other ones. The Vintage Bottle's got 40% off. These ones are the Petal Park I mentioned, and they are carrying forward. They're in turquoise. The Bow Punch is carrying forward, and the Elegant Edge Topper is carrying forward. Okay, a lot on here with 50% off as well. They're taking out a few of the blocks. So these ones here, you've got the, I think there was 3. The G block and the I block, so these two are disappearing. And the block caddy's going to go as well. So again, if you need those things, just get in there early. And then these ones, again, the dies. So if I haven't mentioned them, they might be that the updates are on these pages. So 10% off Beautiful Balloons, 60% off Gold Bouquet. That one's carrying forward, I'll just remind you. The Beauty of the Deep is carrying forward. Daisy's carrying forward. Countryside Corner's carrying forward. That one's carrying forward. That should have turquoise on it. Darling Details is 50% off the dies. 20% off Fun Wheels. Gorgeously Made 10% off. Gone Fishing is carrying over. Hey Chuck, that was a stamp and die set. So the Hey Chuck dies are 30% off at 21. Lazy Days, it's 50% off at 16. Retired. 10% out off Reach for the Stars, 30% off Seasonal Branches. So Refreshing, we mentioned earlier, I know, 50% off the dies, so that's £14.50. The dies are the most expensive bit, so if you can get the dies cheap, and then even if the stamps are full price, you've got a good deal, really good savings. Time Together, 20% off dies. Timeless Arrangement is retiring. Zoo is retiring, and this one's carrying forward Wonderful Thoughts. And I think that's most of, oh no, we've got dies separately. I've got to carry on because some of these are standalone dies. So alphabet, this alphabet here, the tall skinny ones, they are carrying over, and the alphabet in the mini, when I get to it, that's carrying over as well. We know those. So all that, they are standalone dies, 50% off at £13.50. Great shapes in there if you like those shapes. Artistic, the stamps were reduced. The dies are 50% off, £16.50. Lovely shapes. Look at that detail in that one. Really nice. And the leaves, they're really good. The Aspen Tree is 50% off at 17. Borders are retiring. The Brood ones are 40% off at £13.80. These are just detailed in the background. These are brilliant backgrounds, 60% off at £12.80. Chic, this went with the Treasured Chic. This is a lovely set, and the dies are 50% off, £17.50. So look back at that one I mentioned, Treasured Chic, earlier. The pine cones, these are gorgeous. I've used those loads. 60% off at £16.80. Cracker treat box is going. No discounts, but it's going. I might have to order a second one of those because I'm afraid when I'm wearing the other one out. So country wreaths are 50% at £18.50. Dainty Delight was a partner to a stamp set. That's 50% off at £17. Delightful Doily, 50% off at £20. And the Dots and Spots, I love this one down here, 60% off at £12. These, Give It a Whirl, 40% at £22.20, 40% at £24. The Grove, I said, was carrying over. Labels Aglow, 40% at £18.60. Carrying Forward Legendary Ride, Lighting the Way at 40%, £17.40. Love for You, we mentioned the stamps, 60% off those dies, £12. And Meadow, this went with the Dainty set, 50% off at £18. I just have a sip of water, just a sec, I'm up here. Whew, constant talking, look. Natural Prints, 50% at £17.50. Nested Essentials, these lovely shapes here are carrying forward. On the Ocean, 60% at £13.60. Pansies that went with those stamps I mentioned earlier, reduced. I got a feeling they were a silly price, like £9 something. The dies are 50% off, £15 for those dies. You've got a beautiful bundle there, a fraction of the cost. Paper Florist and a big sad face. A huge sad face. I love these. Really love them. £35, not reduced. But I've been using those loads. Really disappointed. Patchwork pieces, 10% at £29.70. Petal Patterns, these are like background patterns. They do layer on top of each other. 50% off at £21. Playing in the Rain is those critters, and they are carrying forward. So we have Reindeer, it's 50% off, £15.50. Scallop Contours that went with the contour stamps, they're 20% off at £26.40. Seaside Bay, 60% off at £12.80. Sending, which the dies that went with that set, another sad face, 50% off at £15.50. Sentiment Silhouette, 60% off at £13.20. Sentimental Park carrying over those dies. And Share a Milkshake, 60% off the dies down the bottom here, £11.20. Something Fancy is carrying forward. Stitched with Whimsy, 40% off, £16.20. Stylish Shapes carrying over, yes. I marked it up and I had not got that in my head as when a carryover. Stylish Shapes, yes. Sweet Citrus Hybrid, which is the embossing folder and the dies, hasn't been mentioned. Tailor-made Tags, another sad face. They're retiring, no discount. Tree Rings Hybrid, that's embossing folder and dies as well, 60%, £14. 50% off two-tone Flora that went with the stamps earlier, £18.50. Wanted to say, yes, a big turquoise tick here. They are carrying over. These are the doubled layered greetings, so you can stack them on top of each other. No stamping required, just the die cutting. And the Waves dies are 50% off at £16. Then we're on to the embossing folders. So anything in red, in pink has gone. Cascading is going 50%, £5.12. Cane Weave's carrying over. Elegant Eucalyptus is a little twin one, retiring. Exposed Brick is carrying forward. Fern is carrying forward. Geometric Patterns, the smaller ones, 30% at £5.95. Merry Medley's just retiring, no discount. Metal Plate 3D carried forward. Hi Anne. You might need to go back to the beginning and watch this. I'm just running through the annual catalogue first, and then we've got the mini. The mini will be much quicker. Just marking up all the discounts that are coming. If there's anything you wish for between the 9th and the 30th of April, these discounts apply. Painted Posies is a retiring embossing folder, 50% off at £5.12. Quadrifoil tile is 50% off, £4.50. Raindrops 50% off, £4.50. Stripes and splatters, I love this one. You got splatters there and the stripes on there like a bark effect. They're for the mini one as well, a pair, and they're 40% off at £6.15. Sweet citrus hybrid 30% off at £21.70. The timber 60% off at £14. Time worn type is just retiring, so that's no discounts given on that one, and these ones not been mentioned. And that's the end of part 1. So that is the annual catalogue. Obviously that's a bit more meaty. The mini catalogue will be a lot quicker. There's only one item, that one's 60% off, some egg dyes, and we've got two 50% off on the back here, but I will point them out as we go through. There's some other 30s and other smaller discounts, much smaller list, okay? But you can see what I mean about the type. Even if I bring it upwards like this, you can hardly read it. So I'm going to run through this quickly. It's a longer book, so we will go quickly because I'm conscious of time. Not doing badly. It's only been 40 minutes. So the Be Mine suite here, the Be Mine suite is carrying forward. The whole collection is carrying forward. The things that are retiring is the bundle will no longer be a bundle. That's over the page. The ribbon is going. The square pillow boxes here are 30% off at £5.20. The gems are retiring, and the 12-inch papers are retiring. The bundle here is carrying forward. So you've got the stamps and the dies, the stamps and the punch, sorry, will carry forward. They're turquoise marked, but the bundle will no longer be. So you'll save you 10% up until the 30th of April. Okay, you'll see that a few times again. So again, this postage, so the Sending Love one, the stamps and the dies are carrying over, but you'll lose your 10% after the 30th of April. Okay, smudge is just, yeah, New Zealand prices, they will be. The dollars over there, you've got crazy prices. They sound high, don't they? We've got smudge at the door. Sorry, I'll just go and let her in. Give me a breather, just a sec. Oh, hobble. Come on, in you come. Get your chair out. There we go. So we'll start again with the Heartful Hexagon. This is carrying forward. The punch is carrying forward. I can't remember about the stamps, but I can quickly look in here off camera. Just a sec. Hello. What's that? There's no mention of the stamps, but this might be one that goes to an online, I don't know. But the punch is definitely carrying forward. Punch is carrying forward. The bundle will cease. So if you want this one, grab it before the end of April. This is Hooray for Surprises. That both the stamps and the dies are carrying forward, but you'll lose the bundle after the 30th of April. So you save you 10% if you get it early. Forever Love, again, carrying forward the, it won't be a bundle, but the stamps and dies over the page here are carrying forward. You'll lose the ribbon here, the gold and the Pretty Peacock ribbon, that's carrying forward. And the Petal Pink and the Peacock Gems, these ones are carrying forward as well. Okay, so they're good. Ticks us in as well. So yeah, so these are the two carrying forward, just losing that 10%, so save before the 30th of April. Okay. This one is Delicate Forest, carrying forward, but save your discount, your 10% on your bundle before the 30th of April. I've been kind to you because I've marked up as much as I can in here. There's your cat, absolutely, Shaz. Oh, hi, Carol. So this is, we're on page 18 in here now. The Adorning Hearts bundle. So the Hearts bundle here, you get the stamp set is carrying forward. The Adoring Hearts, the hybrid embossing folder. So you get the embossing folder and the dies, don't you? Yeah, you've got the dies and the embossing folder. That's carrying forward. But the Hearts bundle, if you buy them all together, you'll save you 10% if you buy it before the 30th of April. And this one here is carrying forward as well. Haven't seen any mention of the brayer, but I've seen the picture in the new catalogue. So I'm sure that's carrying forward. But you'll just lose... Oh, that is one product in there. Yeah, it's just this bundle, so that you get those together, the dies and the stamps. So that's that one. This, I'm really pleased to say, is carrying forward. We are loving this. And if this is something that you like, if you're local to me, if you are in Norwich area, Norfolk area, and you would like to come to an event on Norfolk Day, it is the 27th of July. I have had a hall book since last Norfolk Day, and I'm planning an event on that day with a couple of my team members. So we will be using this because of Norfolk Lavender. We've decided today on some product, so we will be doing some things with this. There'll be 3 smaller classes spread out through the day. So that's an exciting thing to look forward to. The gems are carrying forward as well, the purple fine shimmer gems. So that's all exciting stuff. The second one that goes with this, these postage ones, this will not go forward. So if I come back to here, you'll lose your 10% on the 30th of April, after the 30th of April, but the stamps and the dies are carrying forward on their own. So if you want the bundle, before the 30th of April. This one is perennial postage. Everything is going, the stamps are going, the bundle's going, but the dies here, the rectangular dies, they've got the postage stamp edges. The dies are carrying forward, okay? So I've tried to make it as clear as I can. You'll be able to play this back and watch on replay and pause anything you want to take note of. Easter lilies, you've got the bundle is retiring, and the dies have got 50% off at £16. So these discounts are coming in from the 9th to the 30th of April, just reminding you. This set here is a lovely Easter set. It's got 30% off the stamps at £15.40. I don't know if you can see it at that level, but there's these bunny rabbits are actually in here. It's a nice egg. You've got the dies are 60% off at £9.60. So you've got 4 egg shapes in there. You've got the bunny up there. You've got some borders so to do some patterns through your Easter eggs, the die cut ones like here. So if you add those two together, this is one of those occasions where stamps at 30%, dies at 60%, you can buy the bundle together for £24. Okay, so that's, if you want Easter for future, that is a great bundle if you get it between the 9th and the 30th of April. I'm pleased this one's carrying forward because I've got that one, Everyday Details stamp. These dies, there's no mention, so I'm not sure what's happening with those, but the bundle will go. The blueberry punches, the bunches hasn't been mentioned. I've got a feeling that carried forward. Blueberry. No, it's not carried forward, not in the catalogue anyway. So that might be into online. We don't know, these in limbo ones. Cake Fancy is carrying forward. We've seen that made as a pizza slice as well. So people have made pizzas out of that one. So this is another one. Flower Cart is carrying forward. The dies and the stamps both carrying forward. You'll lose the bundle, so buy before the 30th of April. Lighter Than Air. Oh, these are carrying forward. Baker's Twine, the 3-colour Baker's Twine are carrying over. The stamps and the dies are carrying over, but not as a bundle. So again, save before the 30th of April. You keep your 10%. Okay, the designer series papers will go. So just reiterating that one. The stamps and the dies carrying forward. Save you 10% before the 30th of April. These are going, there is a punch that coordinates with this. The modern oval punch is carrying forward, but the stamps are going, and that's 30% off at £13.30. Okay. Love to do the Norfolk Day. Excellent, Linda. You'll be the first one on the class list then. I'll start compiling a list soon. That one wasn't mentioned. This is another one, 10% off the bundle. They are carrying forward, so Ice Cream Swell, stamps and dies carrying forward, but losing the bundle after the 30th of April. And these ones, the Enduring Beauty bundle with the masks and the dies, stamps, dies and masks, that is retiring, but they are following over individually. Okay, carrying forward. So that's those. Smudges come back. Nature's Sweetness. The sweet collection obviously will go. The bundle is going. Yeah, I think most things in there are going. The papers weren't mentioned. but the stamps and dies, I hadn't marked on that one. I've marked the list exactly as I saw it. So the stamps and the dies in that set, Lovely and Sweet, they are carrying over. You'll lose your 10% discount on a bundle after the 30th of April. These ones are all retiring. No discounts on that at the moment. Sometimes they add something in. Now, you've seen me use these ones a lot. These are the note cards and envelopes. There are changes coming in, some new things coming with these in the new catalogue. But for the time being, if you like these, just snap these up. The note cards and envelopes. You remember I made potentially 7 cards from... That's just Tiggs on the table. Just keep an eye on him. Yeah, I made potentially 7 cards out of 1 card and envelope because the liner is so pretty. We cut these up and made some note cards. 30% off, so that's a pack of 20 for 30% off is £6.65. They work out at 33p each for the card and envelope. And potentially with the white note cards, you can make 7. The cards that go with those, the Memories and More cards, they are good for scrapbooking, but you can use them on cards as well. 30% off those at £6.65. What are you doing, Tiggs? Tiggs? This one here, Let's Chat, is 30% off at £12.60. The Doggone Friendly, the background stamp, and the Botanical Beauty background stamp are both carrying forward. These dies are carrying forward. It wasn't listed, but they are because they're in the new catalogue. So they're in there. So we know they're carrying forward. The Planted Paradise is carrying forward, this stamp set. He's looking for mischief, seeing what he can run off with. So just kidding. The bundle carrying over, but not as a bundle, and the foiled gems, they're going to carry forward. So stamps and dies will carry over. Save 10% on your bundle before the 30th of April. These are Bright Skies. The stamps and dies, they're carrying forward, but you'll lose your bundle after the 30th of April. Submarine Life, they're carrying forward, losing your 10% after the 30th of April. The cows are carrying forward, but you will lose your 10%, so save your 10% before the 30th of April. I've got a feeling there was a slight price increase on those. Just bear with me, I will tell you. Cutest cows. The cow punch, space 76. Where are we? The punch is 23. Yeah, the punch is going up £2. And the stamps are the same price. So that's another reason to save. You'll save £2 and your 10%. Okay. Hi, Ruth. So this is the rock and roll set. There's most of this is disappearing. There's 10% off the 12-inch papers, these ones, the black and white ones. There's 30% off the stamp set at £16.10 and 50% off the dies at £13.50. Another one, when you buy those two together now, instead of buying the old bundle, if you buy those two together, you can get the bundle for £29.60. So stamps and dies, great value. So these reminder are between the 9th and the 30th of April. So on page 56 now in the mini. The Trusty Tools are carrying forward. If you were lucky to get some of those designer series papers in Celebration and earn those for free, this is the bundle that went with them. So the bundle is carrying forward. The stamps and the dies are carrying forward, but the bundle will go at the end of April. So save your 10% by buying it before then if you need it. Not sure about that one. Does that ring a bell? No, I can't see it in the new one unless it goes somewhere in the online. So Beach Day carrying forward the stamps and the dies, 10% if you save before the end of April. Cliffs by the Ocean, 30% off, £16.10. Poetic Expressions, the collection will go, the bundle will go, the 12-inch papers will go, but the stamps and the dies will carry over. No, stamps are carrying over. I've got a feeling there's a bit of conversation going on with these because I got 40% at £21, but we've got a feeling they might be. I'm not sure if they're going to be in the online exclusive, so the jury's open on that one, but you will lose the 10% on a bundle. at the 30th of April. Keep going. This one is Stippled Roses, and that's carrying forward. Again, there were some papers with this in Celebration, so if you're lucky to earn those, this bundle is retiring, but the stamps and the dies will come over. You lose your 10% bundle saving after the 30th of April. This one is carrying over, Inspirational Sketches. And I haven't marked up these because it's pretty much, we've covered most of these in there. There's just the bundles at the end of that. Okay, so everything has been covered. I said that the mini would be quicker, so the mini only took 15 minutes instead of 40 on the intros. So that's both of those catalogues, okay, with the details of, and of course this one is starting on the 1st of May. Can't show you this for reasons I've said inside, but hopefully you'll be able to look through. I'm going to bring you back to me because there's not really much to see there. Not there is with me, but hey, you'll be able to go through that and you'll be able to stop and pause and see those bargains. The list will be out, but I have got another, I will be sharing more nearer to when that goes live, okay, that'll be in the page here. So any questions, anyone local and my customers want to buy anything, or I will compile a list. We can't take money until a week beforehand, but I can make a list of everybody who wants to order on that sale day. It is better, and you can guarantee if you put your order through, it's easier for you to do one order than me compile a whole load of orders. You might lose out. Sometimes the sales can get a bit frantic because things are disappearing out of the cart as fast as we're putting them in. So it's easier that way, but by all means, if you need my help, then please shout. Okay, so that's all from me for today. No making. I did show you the card the other day from Sunday, so I'll just hold it up to the, again, this was a shopping cart. Whoops, forget I'm back to front up here. That's the little shopping cart one on a note card, and I really loved playing with that. So we did paper piecing. That one was paper pieced, and then we did some watercolouring. We used the Wink of Stella, and we did some die cutting. Okay, and we did the stencil in the background up here, okay, through the basket. So that was a really lovely one. I'm looking forward to doing more with that, and I have a whole load of other goodies over there that I need to play with, but I'll continue to show things drip feeding over the next month as to when things are going, and I will show you some of the projects I've done with some of those products that are going and reduced. Okay, so hope that's helped you. I know it's gone down well previously when I've done it, so it's something I'm doing all the time now, and it helps you. It's easier for you to see in person what they are. Okay, so take care. See you all soon.